Corey's ready. What's that question? Corey's ready. Okay, let's roll. Questions for Corey?
Corey, talk about this week of practice, what you guys got accomplished.
Going into this week, we just try to, get better, work on our corrections that's part of our base offense, and, start working on Kansas State, getting ready for them, try to get ahead.
Corey, I know you get asked this all the time about running between the tackles, but, the numbers have proven that you've done a very good job after contact, things of that sort. Do you feel different with it? Do you feel more confident running between tackles now?
Yes, sir. Throughout camp, that was one of my main focus, trying to get better, be comfortable, running our inside zones and our inside reads. And I think I did pretty good with that. Like you said, it's starting to show. So hopefully I can, as the season goes on, get more of those carries.
Is some of that you almost seek contact, especially near the sideline? There's been a couple of runs where you have a chance to run out and get maybe one last yard, but you've lowered your shoulder.
Yeah, going into every game, this year trying to be a more physical back, and I know exactly what you're talking about because as I'm running the ball, it has been some times, where, I could have got out of bounds or something like that, but I, rather lower my shoulder and try to get, break that tackle or even get 2-3 more yards.
For you, what is the biggest difference between running outside and maybe running in? Like when you're running the ball, what's going through your head when you're taking inside?
And running inside is really, follow my block, make sure I'm making the right cuts. The physical part of it, that's not really anything. That's not one thing that I focus on or anything. It's just making my right reads. Trying to be more like Cam. He makes good reads. That's what he's good at. So inside zone, our inside runs. That's what I'm trying to get better at. And after breaking the line of scrimmage, just use my speed, try to break past secondary.
Cam seems to have a chip on his shoulder, the lack of respect. Do y'all as a running back group have that a little bit?
As a whole, I think everybody does. It's not really just a big chip, but I think everybody individually has their reasons why we run the ball so hard and why we say that we have a chip on our shoulder.
You feel like the two of you could have 1,000-yard years here this season?
I do feel like that. He's on a good track, as to accomplishing that, but I think that's very possible. As the season goes on, you never know what happens, and it just matter whatever defense that we're playing, whoever has a good game.
What's your thing? You said you think all you guys have something that. What's your thing?
Really, my thing is, just always in my mind, having to transfer back and always coming into this season, the question was, can I run between tackles? And that's one thing that I always go into the game. We having a chip on my shoulder, show that I can be physical, gaining yards after contact.
As a guy who's involved in special teams, on kick return, what have you seen different out of Quan Bray? He's had a big start of the season, but as a returner, what do you personally see out of him?
Quan's got a lot better than last year. To me, he's improved in many areas. He was on kick return, and coach put him at punt return now, so he can be more focused and to focus on that. And he seems to improve each week, and he's getting better. Even with with the return last week, he did a great job, and the guys up front, they got our blocks, and he took it to the house.
What do you think? What is it exactly that you've seen him improve in? Anything specific?
Catching it, making decisions. Last year he was doing a great job catching the ball, but sometimes he would make bad decisions on the ball. But coming into fall camping up through these 2 weeks, he's making great decisions on the ball.
Kind of a weird question. Is it kind of strange getting ready to go in on a sideline in this offense? Because if the group that's out there gets a first down, they start pacing, you kind of don't know when you're going to go.
Yeah, it is kind of it's crazy because you never know what play coach is going to call, and then you get a first down, he's going to start pacing, and that before they started pacing, I could have been going in that play, but they started pacing, so and now you never know what's going to happen. So it's kind of crazy, but you get used to it.
What's the key to being ready for that?
Just always staying focused, always staying in coach's hip pocket, knowing what he's going to call, just staying locked in throughout the entire game.
What do you see from Kansas State's defense, especially on the edges?
They're a good team, really physical, big guys. They play, fundamental football, and it's going to be a good game.
Corey, are you expecting your carries to increase as the season goes on, as far as compared to what you've had the first 2 games?
Really haven't talked to coach about that, but I'm just going to take what I can get and do what I can with it and just try to make the best of that.
Have you been surprised how they've been divvied up so far?
Not really. kind of like it was last year with me and Trey, but other than that, it has, for the first 2 games I had, got more carries than I did the first 2 games last year, so I think it'll increase as the season goes on.
Is there more pressure on you, or do you put any pressure on yourself to kind of hit that home run whenever you get the ball? I mean, it's kind of one of those not knowing when you're gonna get pulled.
Yeah, it is a little bit of pressure, you never know with me, I might be in, maybe 2 plays out next, and then in for 5 or 6, so when I'm in, I'm always trying, run the ball hard, get the first down, but always looking, for the home run hitter.
Is that something hard for you to kind of deal with sometimes? I mean, you've always kind of been that guy gutting out, trying to get whatever you can get, but it's been difficult for you to get on the field.
Yeah, it gets hard at times, but, I've gotten used to it and just try to make the best of whatever, coach gives me.
I mean, it's a little more frustrating though because the entire spring and throughout fall camp, all we heard was you and Corey are 1 and 1A, but sorry, you and Cam are 1 and 1A, but here 2 games in the season, he's got twice as many carries as you do.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really frustrating, but, like I said, it's a long season. Guys get banged up. You being the 1B, you're always 1 play away. You never know what's going to happen, so you just always got to stay ready.
Rock said he kind of views himself in your role in a way. Do you find that a pretty fair comparison?
Yeah, he's like my little brother coming in. But he's doing a lot what I do now. Me and him talk all the time, having to help him out. But yeah, he is.
Are you kind of chomping at the bit to get a kickoff return? You've only got the one. They haven't kicked it back.
Yeah, I've been itching to take one to the house, and like you said, I only had that one, and that got flagged on that play. But yeah, I'm just waiting for another one to. I believe that we're gonna break something this year.
Having Saturday off, what are you gonna do? You try to get away from football and go do something outside, or what are you trying to do?
Yeah, try to get away from football. I'll probably sit in front of the TV, hydrating, resting up, but I'll be watching football. But other than that, when I'm not watching, I try to get away from it.
Coach Malzahn's gonna be on CBS Saturday breaking stuff down. You gonna watch that, and how weird is that gonna be? Can you critique him at all? Or?
Yeah, that will be kind of weird, but I think I'm gonna tune in and see what he has to say.
How much do you enjoy getting to play on Thursday? And I mean, Gabe said he really embraces that because he knows, hey, we're the only major game on. So pretty much, if you're gonna watch football Thursday night, you're gonna be watching our game.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting, to play on Thursday. Never did that before, but like you said, Gabe said, we'll probably be the only biggest game that Thursday. So everybody's watching, so it'll be a good game and it'll be exciting.
Corey, talk about the catch that you made the other day from the pass. You had to jump up and catch it. And how much of a pass receiver you think you're going to be in the offense this year?
I think it'll increase. It just really comes down to whatever defense we're playing and whatever reads that Nick has. On that play, I was the last read, and it came down to me. So it's just really just the defense that we're playing.
Nick seems a little more likely to take that check down this year.
Yeah, we've been working on that throughout fall camp. He's a great runner, but teams are going to key in on that now since they know how he can run the ball. So we're going to hit our checks down throughout the season. So that's one thing that we've been working on.
Isn't that right with what he provides running the ball? Do you feel like anybody can really slow this offense down when it's running at the way it is?
When we're clicking on all cylinders, I really don't think so. We got so many weapons, and coach, he uses everybody. So I think it's hard to stop, and not when we're going on all cylinders.
All right. Thanks, Corey.
Thanks, Corey.
Thank you.